got that heat.
Welcome to another edition of the Lakers Locker Room and the first installment of our senior send-off series, where we dedicate each episode to graduating seniors from one of our respective Nipissing Lakers sports teams. This episode, we're going to start with the ladies volleyball team. So today we have three seniors who are graduating from the women's volleyball team. Please welcome to the Lakers Locker Room, Miss Averi Bodnar. Avery, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. Please welcome to the Lakers Locker Room, Miss Shannon Lebreux. Shannon, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
And lastly, we have Miss Madison Murphy. Madison, how are you doing today?
I'm great, thanks.
So let's get into it. So obviously, it's been a crazy year. And due to that, unfortunately, all of your seasons were canceled due to the coronavirus pandemic, which would have been your final season. So Avery, I'm going to start with you. When you found out that the season was canceled, what was your reaction?
I mean, I was kind of having like times where I'm like, I have something to look forward to, because I kept thinking we were going to like get back into practices and like be able to at least do some like scrimmages with our own players, or even like some exhibition with like, we were going to do something with even Sudbury or Canada or college. So I kept like wanting to just get it back into it, but then my hopes kept getting up. I was being optimistic. I don't know. I was pretty upset when I found out for sure that we like weren't going to be coming back. Even with like, I was looking forward to even just practicing at that point, like just because everything kind of went downhill in November. I don't know. I was upset, but I kind of was like, I can't, it's out of our control. So I don't really have anything that I could have done differently. Like we had a great year last year, and I found like a lot of the players like developed a lot last year. It sucks for us three though, because it was our last year, and we never knew that at that point, and we didn't obviously know that this pandemic was going to happen. So yeah, it really was unfortunate, but you just have to make the most out of it and then move on. But yeah.
How about you, Shannon? How hard was it knowing that last year when you played your last game of the season, you didn't know that was going to be your last game? So you didn't have the chance to have a senior night, have your family come up there and all that. Like, what was it like for you?
It was pretty tough. I think it like hit me multiple times throughout this year, where like I would just like have little moments of like getting teary-eyed, just because like I don't even remember. It sucks because I don't even remember the last team we played. Like I don't even remember. I just remember it was like our last game. Yeah, it's just too bad. Like when I heard that we probably weren't going to have a season, I was excited to have like a different kind of year where we could work on like team culture and like setting good habits with the team. But then we didn't even really get to do that because it got cut short like halfway through. So yeah, definitely not what we expected. But
How about you, Madison?
yeah, I feel like the whole time I was definitely trying to be optimistic. Like people around me back home and like even people on other teams were always like, you're not going to have a season. Like there's no point in going back to North Bay. Like nothing's going to happen because it's just going to keep getting worse. But yeah, like as Avery said, we were definitely super optimistic the whole time, having like team Zoom calls, and our coach was like, yeah, next week we're going to have something, or like next month we're going to have something. And it was just like consistently being shut down time after time, I guess. So that was pretty disappointing, but I don't know. I think as a team before November, when everything got shut down, like we still had a lot of good practices and there was still a lot of benefits that came from it. It was just definitely a learning curve and a time that we had to adapt to a lot of things. So
For you,
with you guys being the leaders of the team, how did you guys have to adapt for the younger guys for, leading the future?
I'd say there was a lot of things with like team rules and stuff, because obviously it was a different type of season. We definitely had some moments where we were like, what are we supposed to do? Because there's nothing that we're training for, but we still want to set the same ground rules for the younger players that are coming in that haven't ever been a part of a varsity team before. So that was definitely something that we had to pinpoint at the beginning.
I feel like it was like just trying to show them what our structure was like before, just because it sucks because their first year they're missing like those consistent practices and workouts, and then like strategically planning your work leading up to when we're leaving for the weekend. So it's like we're trying to remind them throughout the year, like, this is what it would actually be like, and like these would be our rules, and this is what normally we would do. But it was tricky because like they couldn't see what it was like, so they didn't have a normal first year, and it was hard for us to like try and show what it was like because they had no idea what we were trying to show them sometimes.
You know, for you ladies, you ladies know this, year after year after year, you guys come in and there's new teammates coming in. And usually you have the locker room to get to know each other and get acquainted. But this year it was really different. Like for our team, we had some new players coming in, but we really couldn't build that chemistry because we didn't have a set time to get to know each other. So for that being said, for you ladies, how was it like building chemistry with the new players, even though it was a short period of time? Avery.
I think, yeah, so since it was such a short period of time, we didn't really have a lot of like preseason to get to know each other either. Like we kind of were just like put right into practice. We didn't have like, usually at the beginning of the year, we have like a little team bonding session where we either like go to someone's cottage or something. We didn't get to do that this year. So, I mean, I think it was hard at first to just like, cause like for the younger girls, like we're the leaders, we're trying to get them into practices and like get comfortable with everybody. And honestly, I think they did a really good job at becoming comfortable. Like they looked like they were getting along with everyone. Our team culture has grown every year since like our first year. Like I'm sure you guys can attest to that. So we did a really good job, I think, at just setting the culture and like the tone for the season, even if we didn't really have much to look forward to because like, yeah, we were being optimistic, but in the end we kind of like knew it might not have gone in our favor this year, which it didn't, but we still practiced at the beginning of the season like how we planned to, and that we planned to have a season still, and we tried our best. We got the girls engaged, like we all got along very well, and just like without having the locker room, I mean, yeah, it definitely was not ideal for us, but we always have such a good time in the locker room. Yeah. Like I was telling Shannon that I just miss like blasting music before games and just like having a great time with all the girls, and the fact that they like some of them didn't even get to see the locker room because it was shut down, so they didn't really get to experience that, which is a big part of a team atmosphere, I think. So we just kind of adapted and used what we had. We used the gym sessions, our workout sessions, and like our practice times to be able to just get to know everybody. We didn't really have much time outside of that to get to know the girls. So
yeah, the locker room is a time where the locker room has seen so many things. The locker room has seen happy times, sad times, frustrating times, like angry times. But usually through it all, there's, even when all that stuff happens, there's usually at the end of the day, there's something that you can laugh about or something that happened that's super funny. So for you, Madison, was there any like time in the locker room where something happened that was just like super funny that you probably won't ever forget?
Yeah, one of our graduating players last year, for Halloween, we always dress up in costumes before practice and then attempt to play practice in our costumes. And depending on what you decide to dress up as, obviously that could be harder or easier. So last year, Shayla Kessler, one of our graduating players, she showed up, I think it was last year, in a 2 years ago, in a football costume. And she had this football head that was like, there was a face hole, but the entire thing was just a massive football. And we were blasting music and she was dancing around and it was hilarious. Definitely one of my best memories in there.
I don't think she got to the point of actually practicing in it though, but
no, I don't think so. She couldn't see.
What about you, Shannon?
Oh God, like one of my best memories in the locker room?
Yeah.
I think, just because Avery and I have been like so close since day one, we always do like weird stuff. And so we usually just sing at the top of our lungs all the time in the change room. And sometimes people appreciate that and sometimes people don't. That's kind of our ritual.
You can also hear it outside of the team room.
Yeah, you can. But it's just something that we do. And some of the girls love it and it gets everybody laughing, and I just miss doing that because we didn't get to show them our skills this year. So
Yeah,
Just in practice.
Skills.
yeah. Touching back to the no season thing, compared from last year to this year, Avery, how was your team looking to improve? And for you personally, how were you looking to improve if there was a season this year?
I think coming from like a team point of view, we definitely, we're not the type of team that's like, oh, to be successful, like we have to win games. For us, it's more of like, how do we all get along as a team? Like we said earlier, the team culture thing has definitely been something we've improved on a lot. So just setting that as like our priority is like a good goal for our team just moving forward for every year. So we were just looking to like have that again for this year, just having a good team culture, having girls get along, not having like a lot of girls sports are like cliquey, and we don't want that. So we just have to make sure that's avoided at all costs if we can. So, and like, yeah, it's obviously nice to win games. So we had a lot of good recruits coming in this year. And I think just like us growing up, like we're in our 4th year finally, and we had a good like starting lineup. Like we had a good even like second lineup. I think we had a lot of good players in general just to have a good season. Which is fine. Like we're still going to have a lot of great players. For me personally, I think just like last year was it was my best season. I didn't play very much in my first year. Second year was just kind of like iffy. It's hard when you don't get on the court all the time. You can't grow that confidence. And so I finally was like starting in my 3rd year, and I grew that confidence. And like by mid-season, I felt I was really progressing, and it was just really unfortunate that this year didn't work out because I feel like I could have done even better this year as a player, and as a team, I think we would have done really well. But yeah, other than that, I think it's just something that I'm still going to keep striving to be like a good volleyball player. It's not something that I want to give up on. And I'm still pretty driven about working out and just getting on the court, like playing beach volleyball even. It's not my forte, but at least I'm going to be touching a volleyball. It's like in the summer. So I haven't touched one since November. We went to play beach at the waterfront a couple of days ago. So that was nice, but it was a little bit rusty. We'll just say that.
I was going to touch on something you just said too. When you're a first year and you don't play a lot and you come from high school and you expect to play a lot, it's a really different transition. And after a while, your confidence starts to waver. So this is for any of you ladies to answer this question. Was there ever a low point at any point in your career? It could be about anything, whether it's mental health, confidence, or anything. And what advice would you give for how you overcame that? Especially for the players that are on your team now who are first years, because they didn't really have that chance to go through those ups and downs. So they don't really know what it's like. So when there's a season next year, hopefully, it might hit them like a ton of bricks and like, whoa, I've never expected this before. But just based off your experiences, how were you able to come out of that dark time throughout your year at Nipissing?
I would like to say something about this one. When I first came to Nipissing, I was supposed to be a left side, and it's like a whole different position from middle. I was used to playing middle. Anyways, I'm back to middle. Mm-hmm. So it was like you come in and you're fresh and you already know that you're going to be like last in the pack kind of thing, but you still have to give it everything you can all the time, but like sometimes it's just not working. But then once I switched over, I found more confidence. And I would just say, like, I forget when, but we watched this one like inspirational video of like this man speaking, and he basically just said like everybody has their own path, like everybody is on their own journey. Like you cannot compare where you are now to someone who is in like their 4th or 3rd year. Like sure, you might have been like the top notch from where you came from, but it doesn't mean that now, since you're in this new pool of people, that you're not going to get there at some point. Maybe it's not in your like first year, like maybe you had goals to be a great rookie, but maybe that's not like planned for you. but it doesn't mean that you're not going to get there. And I think keeping that in your head and like still like working extremely hard at practice and doing as much as you can, like you'll get there. But I think keeping that in mind, it's kind of like keeps you at peace, thinking like I will get there. I just have to stop comparing myself to everybody else and just like give everything I can.
I love that answer, because even in our first episode that Jason and I ever did with Quentin and Shannon, Quentin said the exact same thing. Once he learned not to compare myself to others, he was able to flourish, because the beauty about sports is that everyone brings something different to the table. Mm-hmm. So some people are going to be better at some things than others, and others can be better at some things than others. And that's okay. And honestly, that's probably better, because if everyone was good at the same thing, then how are you guys really going to function as a team? Because there might be times where we're going to need this from someone and that person can't do it because everyone can do the same thing. So I really love how you said that it's important for all the rookies come in, not to compare yourself, and also to take it from my personal experiences, make sure that you don't come in with so much expectations. Like for me personally, when I came in last year for basketball, I was, you got to get this amount of points, this amount of rebounds. And then when it didn't happen, I was like, damn, I'm like, am I really good? Mm-hmm. But it's more so just the fact that you just had to come in and just work your way up. Like, don't come in entitled and don't feel like you're the big person on campus, because I said this in another episode too, like no one cares what you did in high school. Like you just gotta put your head down and go work. And that's what I learned too, because my first couple weeks in the team, like people kept saying, bro, you talk about high school way too much. Like no one cares what you did in high school. Like it's university now. Like it's different dealing with 16 and 17-year-olds my last year in fifth year to now you're dealing with 22, 23, and our oldest teammate Shaver was 27. So that's a big difference.
It is.
But for you, Jason, because you can touch on this too. Your first year you came in and then you tore your ACL, and you've been here for 3 years and you never played like a real regular season game. So what was that like? How were you able to come out of that?
I'm still not clear to play, but I just had to stay positive. Had a good circle of guys around me to keep me going. I did have lows. I became a little bit of a fat ass in my first year. You're gonna have to cut that out, Tejan. You're gonna have to cut that out. So I had, Coach Chang then just kind of guide me back on, how to get back in track, stay organized, and kind of get back to where I am now. And that's about it. I mean, there's lows, there's highs. You can't harp on the lows. You can't set expectations like way too high. Just kind of celebrate the small achievements and the small victories, and continue from there.
I think another thing too that the athletes who were in their first year missed out to was, and honestly they got to pass on this too, is the fact that being a student athlete is really hard. Like it's really a full-time job. You have practices, on courts, indies, games, road trips. So this year, in the sense of that adjustment period, they kind of got to pass in the sense of they don't really know what it's like to really balance, playing a sport and going to university. So for you, Madison, what advice would you give for those first years on your team about how it is like to really balance school once there's a full season next year and they really understand what it's like to actually play and go to school at the same time?
Well, you definitely don't get to attend as many parties. That's the largest fact. COVID may have restricted that a bit, but yeah, I think that it literally is a full-time job. Like in my third year, I decided for some stupid reason to get a dog as well. I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. Love him to death, but he's so much work. But yeah, I don't know. They just have to really learn how to time manage properly and like use an agenda and actually use it. Don't use it for the first month and then give up. Actually write down everything, because you're never going to remember every single tiny thing that you have to do. And on top of that, with like practices and whatever team rules you've set to be at practice like half an hour early or whatever, like there aren't enough hours in the day to do everything that you want to do, and you're never going to get to do everything you want to do, but you can prioritize the things that you enjoy and what you actually have to do on top of that. So
another, switching to the next topic, I think the beauty about sports is that there's so many things you can learn from it that you can really attest to your personal life. Like for me, like the beauty about sports is that it teaches you discipline, and you got to make sure your time management and all that stuff. So coming from first year until now, I'm going into my third year, being from 19 years old to almost 21 in 2 months, like I've grown tremendously. And for you ladies, the same thing. You come in as 18 years old and now you're in your early 20s. So for you, Avery, what would you say has been the biggest aspect of your life you've grown from your first year up until today?
Wow. I can't even, like, first year is just so different from now. Like, that's a really good question. I think the biggest aspect, I think just like I have like from like a personal side or standpoint, and then from like a volleyball standpoint, I feel like just being a good teammate from the volleyball side is just something, because you don't really in high school, or like I didn't play club, so in high school it was just like you are all friends and like you're just trying to win games and just all of that stuff. But then when you come into university and you're playing varsity, you're meeting all these new girls. Like it's the highest volleyball league in Ontario, so like the OUA is pretty like crazy to think of. But when you come into it, it's just like, wow, okay, I have to set these expectations for myself. Like I'm a student athlete, like I need to do school first. I think like, yeah, I don't know, like I think just being a good teammate is really important, just to give advice for like any other athletes that are coming in. That's really essential in making a good team work. And then just from like a personal experience, I don't know, I think, how have I grown? First year Avery
Time
to now.
management.
Yeah, probably.
I'll answer that for her.
Yeah, first year Avery was not very good at time management. It was pretty stressful in first year. It was just a huge like curveball. Like we had no idea what we were doing. But I was lucky to have Shannon with me because we were teammates, roommates, and classmates. Yeah. So we did everything together. And if honestly, it sounds really sappy, I guess. But like if she wasn't there, I don't know what I would have done. Like I would have been lost. So yeah, I think time management is definitely, I've grown a lot in that aspect.
Yeah, what about you, Shannon? How is 18-year-old Shannon different from the Shannon we see right now? Like where is the biggest aspect of your life that you've changed or grew up a lot?
Oh boy. I was gonna say like team aspect as well. Like learning to be a good teammate is actually so important. And then as you progress through the years, you learn that you have to take on a mentorship role and a leadership role, and you have to figure that out. And it's really interesting. Like I think I've become like a good leader to some of the girls, and like I had to learn a lot throughout my second and third year. Like you have girls below you who are younger, and like they need structure, like because you remember what you wish you could have had in first year, and you really want to give that to them. And I think like as I grew up throughout each year in the program, that's just like I had more things I really wanted to make sure the younger girls had. And so I think I really learned how to be like a leader and a mentor on the volleyball side. But on the more personal side, I guess it would also be time management and just like the importance of living a like healthy, balanced lifestyle, and the importance of sleep and the importance of eating well, and like it translates to volleyball and like your own personal life. So yeah, I think those are my important things.
For you, Madison, what would you say is like the most important trait to have in order to like lead a team, and where would you say you've grown the most from your first year until now?
Most important trait would probably be maybe like compassion for other people, like just to tie into like their teammate aspect of their team growth or whatever. I think it's just super important to be able to know each individual player. Like there's 16 girls on a team, and girls are ridiculous to begin with, and you need to know every single one of them and what they need versus what you need, or what they need versus what someone else needs. And I think that having compassion for your teammates is definitely a huge part of that, because if you don't, you're not even going to take the time to look into something like that. And then where I've grown most, I think, is that's a hard question. I think just like enjoying small things, like because COVID took so much away from our season and took so much away from what we were looking forward to. Like it kind of made me just be like, oh, like I was gone from North Bay for 4 months after November. And like when I came back and saw Shan, I was like, wow, like a tiny little moment that's like 5 minutes. And like that's amazing. And then the same thing happened when Avery came over to see us after. Like I was like, shoot, like these people are the ones that I've been with the whole time. And like before you take advantage of it because you're like, I have another 2 years, I have another 3 years. But like once you're actually done it, you're like, well, those were the people you did it with. So yeah, I think taking advantage of like those smaller moments and like appreciating the people around me versus getting caught up in whatever else is going on in my head is definitely where I've grown most.
Jason,
For
you
all
have
those
questions?
first years that are watching this and listening, everyone has pretty much said this. The difference from first year to third year, first year to fourth year is like a whole different person. Like Tajon from his first year to now, I wouldn't even recognize him. That's how crazy time goes. And it flies by too. So, blink of an eye, you're graduating. So don't take anything for granted. That's all I'm going to say.
And everyone says that at the end. So people should actually listen because I didn't listen. And I know how many people told me.
Jason, you definitely can tell the difference with me. First of all, last year I had low hair, and now I have cornrows.
I'm going back to your personality, Tajon. I'm going to expose you real quick. Even at the club, the amount you've changed, crazy.
I'm gonna be honest too, because like I said, I like to be honest on the podcast. The way I've changed is ridiculous because when last year I was 19 years old, away from home for the first time. I've always struggled with like meeting people. Like growing up, I never had a lot of friends. It was always hard for me to make friends. It was always hard for me to connect with people. Like I always say this, like this shows you how much I really struggled. In 5th grade, I was playing basketball on the basketball court and my classmates were trading hockey cards. Like literally. Like that just shows you how different it was. So like for me, I never really had friends growing up. I never had friends where I can say, you know what, a childhood friend where you grew up in the sandbox and that friend you can say, let's go over to the house. Let's, have sleepover and stuff like that. Like I never had that. So the thing I love about sports for me personally was that it automatically gave me 12 friends. Like I didn't have to like go out and meet people. I didn't have to try to connect with people. I could already connect with people that I don't want to say look like me because that's the other thing about sports too, that it's so diverse. You give me so many different backgrounds, but I felt like I belonged and I was comfortable. And when I came to Nipissing, 19 years old, you meet different people who from Ottawa and all these different places. And, you have all these different experiences. So for me, it was a whirlwind. And from last year until this year, even though I'm in my second year, I've changed so much in the fact that I'm more comfortable with myself. Now that I'm doing new base and I'm the president, I can lead. I feel more comfortable that I'm able to lead now. Whereas last year, if you told me to go out and talk to someone or talk to a teacher, I'd be scared. Or even when I went to like Jason said, even when I went to the club, like I was scared. Like I was nervous. I was nervous. Like I wasn't comfortable. But now
it's a scary place.
Yeah, like I told you, like you're 19. It's just like when you have one of your vets say, you know what, we're going to the club tonight. I'm like, I don't want to go because like you're coming, like dragging you out of the house. But like,
yeah. But it's like so nice to have people like that on your team that will have your back and like they want the best for you.
Yeah, like our vet Jerice, like I talked to him to this day, like that's me a friend I'm gonna have for a long, long time. Like he looked out for me, like when my grandmother died at the beginning of the season, like he was there for me, like calling me, saying how I'm doing. Like he was hugging me when I was crying. Like when you have vets like that, it's just so nice to have. And I'm just so appreciative of the fact that can see how I've grown from first year to now. Like I'm more comfortable. Mm-hmm. But tying everything together, what are you ladies gonna miss most about Nipissing? Avery.
Well, the reason I came to Nipissing was because when I first, to be honest with you, I didn't even know that Nipissing was a school in grade 12.
Oh wait, yeah, I'm gonna cut you off there too. I'm gonna cut you off there for a second. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like when I came to when I went off in grade 11, I remember they said, okay, we're going to North Bay, we're going to Nipissing University in Canada. I looked at my coach and I'm like, what the hell is North Bay? What the hell is Nipissing University? And then I came here for like Sunday to Wednesday. I'm like, I'm never coming here again. I just wanted to say that, like, I'm with you, Avery. I never heard of North Bay. I'm like, what the hell is Canada College? what is Nipissing University? What is this cold ass North Bay? I thought Toronto was cold. I'm like, no. Like that, like those steps outside of athletic center, like from the parking lot, that day were icy. Like it was an ice rink. I'm like, I'm not coming here again. So the fact that I'm here now wearing a Nipissing t-shirt, I'm like, God works in mysterious ways. But I just wanted to say that.
Never would have thought.
I just wanted to say that. Go ahead, Avery. Sorry.
So yeah, basically like I knew what North Bay was because I always like would play sports here and stuff. But I didn't know that Nipissing University was a thing. And when I came, so I was like, okay, yeah, I'll apply to Nipissing. I know where it is now. My dad was like, oh, there's a few. So I'm from Sault Ste. Marie. It's like a small town. You guys probably know where it is, but we would play Sudbury, North Bay and stuff. But I knew a few girls in the Sioux that came to school at Nipissing, and they like said it was really great. So I was like, okay, yeah, like I'll apply. So I applied to the nursing program, got in everything, came here for my campus tour. It was like a recruitment trip. So Mark was like basically just showing me around the whole campus, and like instantly I just felt like I fit in and that I was like at home, and like it felt so it's just like a home atmosphere, and just like the people were just so nice, and everybody would just, you walk by them, they're just saying hello and like, how are you doing? You go to the library, you go to the athletic center, everybody's just so welcoming. And I instantly had this like the family vibe of just, you feel comfortable even though you don't know a single person. And that's what I'm gonna miss the most. I came from the Sioux. I'm in North Bay. They're both like smaller cities, and some people don't like knowing everybody in their like hometowns, but like I enjoy that. I like knowing how, even like with the teams, like we know each other. It's just some big schools you might not even know some people on the other teams, and like when you know everybody and it's just like a big community, I really like that atmosphere, and I think I'm gonna miss that the most.
What about you, Shannon?
I was gonna say like the same thing. Yeah, I guess when I came here, I mean, I've always known about North Bay because I have family here, and I came here for like a training camp when I was in 16U, and I met Mark. But yeah, when I came here on my recruitment trip too, I walked in, I was like, this place is gorgeous. Like I wasn't here in the winter, okay? I was here in the summer. There was no ice, so it was nice, and like everybody was so nice, and I just loved how the gym looked. I loved how there was like new workout equipment and all that, and everything just seemed like a cozy place where I could really fit in. And now I think what I'm going to miss the most is definitely like the community aspect. Just like same thing, like knowing a lot of the people on each of the teams, and like going to the hockey games with other teams and like just cheering and enjoying that. And then the basketball games too, like the night before our games or something like that. But
a lot of support all around.
Yeah, I'm really going to miss that, especially like not being on a team anymore. It's definitely going to be hard to not be involved really in that. But
how about you, Madison?
Yeah, their answers are good. I would say a similar thing. When I first came to North Bay for my recruitment trip, or even before my recruitment trip, I came for OFSA, volleyball OFSA, and we played at Canadore, and that's where I first met John, our old assistant coach. And like even just from like that interaction and like seeing Doc and like everybody around Nipissing, like it just felt super homey. And when I did come for my recruitment trip, Doc was like the head of my recruiting staff at that point. Like he was showing me around the gym and, you know, in his typical Doc style.
Can keep up with him probably.
No, he's so fast. Yeah, I'd say like the team environment, and even just like hanging out in the gym, like you get to know so many people. Just like my first and second year, I basically spent all my time doing my homework in the gym, and people would just walk by and you would make relationships with people you don't even really know. Like they said, from other sports teams, like people walk by and you have short conversations and they end up being your friend 2 months later because you see them all the time at the same time in the gym, and like little things like that at other schools don't happen. And that's definitely something that's special about North Bay and Nipissing.
Yeah, I mean,
So what's the plan next after school? It's a big question to ask, but I mean, work our way from.
Who wants to go?
First, Avery?
I don't have a set plan. I basically have to write my nursing exam, the NCLEX, at some point because I'm done school now. So I think I'll write it in the end of the summer. But I also applied to grad schools. So potentially going to one of those might be an option for me. I'm just trying to keep my options open so that I have options. But what's nice about nursing is that like when I write my exam and when I pass it, it's really easy to find jobs. So even if like grad school doesn't work out for me, I know that I'll probably have another option, like a plan B, that I can go and just work somewhere at a hospital. So that's my plan right now. Might change, might not.
I guess my plan is to stay here, well, past the NCLEX, fingers crossed, and then work in North Bay at the hospital here for like a couple years, maybe stick around with the team for a little bit and like help lead a little bit so I'm not like completely left out for like 2 more years. And then I think I'm just planning on like travel nursing and writing exams in like different areas so I can go to like England or like different countries like that. That's the plan.
What about you, Maddie?
I have accepted my offer to an osteopathic school in Hamilton. So it's like what Chris in athletic therapy is doing, but a different school. So it's distance education and I only have to go for a week a month, so I can kind of be wherever I want. As of now, I'm moving from North Bay, but maybe that'll change. Maybe I'll be in North Bay. I don't really know. But yeah, I'll definitely be in school for the next 4 years still. So that's great.
Anyways, ladies, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your stories. Really appreciate it. And I just want to say, obviously, it's been a hard year and you ladies didn't have the chance to finish it the way that you wanted to. But sincerely from me and just hearing you and getting to know you ladies today, I just want to say we wish you all the best and good luck in your future. So obviously, it's been, like I said, it's been a hard year. We don't know what's going to happen, but just from hearing all you talk just now, it seems like all your futures are bright. So I just want to wish you all the best of luck.
Thanks so much, Tajon and Jason.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you as well.
So now we're going to get to our quick hitter segment. So this is the part of the podcast where we ask our guests a question and that's to answer as fast as possible. So Jason, you have the questions ready?
Oh, God.
I have to answer as fast as I can.
Wait, what?
I'm like sweating now.
We say that, but you can take your
2
time.
milliseconds to answer, tops.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna go from the order of my screen. So Avery, you go first, then Shannon, then Maddie. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. First question: who's your favorite artist?
Artist, like song artist?
Yeah.
Drake.
Like
Woo!
that.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to pick one?
Yeah. Everyone.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Young the Giant.
I need to breathe.
Yeah.
That's mine.
Okay. Next, you got next one, Jason.
All right, artist or song on repeat.
Avery.
Pete.
Meaningless. I don't know who it's by.
Oh.
That's what it's called. You can
Okay.
listen to it.
Oh my God, what is this song called? Oh, this is so bad. I'm gonna go with Meaningless too. We've been jamming to that.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Because you can blast it in the song in the car really loud.
Yeah.
Go, Maddie.
Frick, this is hard.
The time is ticking.
I don't know. Gravity by John Mayer.
Okay.
There you go.
Next question: all-time favorite album.
Holy smokes.
Believe by Justin Bieber.
I'm probably gonna get roasted for this, but Morgan Wallen's newest album.
Oh. I don't know. Taylor Swift's newest album's pretty good.
Okay.
So, who's your favorite athlete?
Favorite athlete? Favorite athlete.
Go.
Oh. What brand are my shoes?
What? Nike.
Shoes.
I don't even know.
Pass me. I'll come back to me.
I'll just say my brother.
Favorite athlete?
Who's I'm forgetting her name right now because pressure. But who's the beach volleyball player that was like a Lululemon ambassador, and she's older but blonde? You know who I'm talking about?
From the States?
She's Team Canada.
Oh, Pavin.
Yes.
Her. My favorite athlete is Shannon.
Aw.
And Maddie sometimes. Just kidding.
Okay.
Jason, you got next question too.
Oh, man, this one, okay. If you guys could spend a day with someone dead or alive, who would it be?
Avery.
Yes.
Dead or alive.
What's his name? I'm blanking out.
We're really good at this.
Yeah, we're really not good at this. I would say who's the guy that owns Tesla?
Elon Musk.
Yes, him.
Oh, that's a good one. I'd be there too, actually. I want to know those secrets.
Yeah.
You need to give your own answer. You can't just copy all of hers.
I didn't. I said, I was like, oh, actually, I
Forgot
did.
his name.
Okay, I'll just say Young the Giant then.
Okay.
I don't know. David Goggins. Do you know who that is? It's like a crazy, look him up. He's wild. He's like a good mental mindset motivating person.
Okay. Next question, and this one's a personal one for me. So, Avery, I'm going to ask you first. Do you like pineapple on your pizza?
Yes.
No.
All the way. Let's
Yes,
go.
I do too.
No.
It's so good. You have to get that sweet and salty.
Jason. So, you go for Hawaiian, right? You go for Hawaiian pizza?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
So gross. So gross.
Me and Tasia will eat pizza without you guys.
Sure.
All right, Jason, this is okay. Now you got next one.
Okay. No. This is a weird one.
Don't you dare do
Milk
it.
before the cereal or cereal before the milk?
What'd you say?
Oh.
Milk before the cereal or cereal before the milk?
I put my cereal and then I put the milk.
Okay.
I
Shannon?
put my Cinnamon Toast Crunch and then I put my milk.
Yeah, cereal first.
Okay, so we're normal people.
Yeah.
Next question. Last show you binge watched?
I know mine.
So Maddie, I'm trying to.
Bridgerton.
Oh yeah, of course. That was the only one I actually like fully finished, so I'll just say that too.
Okay.
I always just start stuff and don't finish it.
I'll just say
You guys
New
ever seen Jane the Virgin?
Yeah, I have.
No.
Amazing.
It's pretty
show.
funny.
Recommend 10 out of 10.
No.
You got one, Shannon?
Okay, favorite.
Think
What's up?
Yeah,
I
Shannon.
watched, okay, I might get roasted. You know Avatar The Last Airbender? I watched that.
Was
And
it a
New Girl.
series?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's actually good.
Okay.
Was it like the OG one, like the cartoon animated one?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Is it on Netflix?
Hmm.
Okay.
Good to know. Good to know.
I'm judged. That's it. Yeah, next one.
Okay, what's your guys' favorite movie?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, okay. Shannon?
Stuck in Love.
Madison?
Cheaper by the dozen.
Next question. What's one skill you wish you were good at?
Mm.
Avery.
You want to go first?
Dancing.
Okay.
Swimming.
Okay. Madison?
Are you not good at swimming?
Well, like I'm not like
You're fine at swimming.
but I want to be like Michael Phelps here. Like,
Oh, okay. Handstands.
Okay. I've always said this. The most common answer, and I have the same one, has been singing.
Shannon's good at it. That's why she didn't say it.
Yeah. Jason, got next one.
Okay, what's one thing people don't know about you guys?
People, as in like not on this call.
No, just in
Yeah,
general. Like, what's
yeah.
one thing people don't know about you?
Well, not on this call.
Like when Megan came on, Megan said like she's a cancer survivor. Like I didn't know that at all. That was probably the best answer I've heard we've done this whole time. So
I knew that one. So
yeah, we did. I didn't know. That was a good one.
Oh, I can say one.
Okay.
I have a 1st-degree heart block.
Oh.
Oh really? Whoa.
I don't know.
It sounds scary, but it's actually not as bad as it sounds.
Okay.
But it's still like something wrong with my heart. Anyway.
No, I have nothing really interesting.
It doesn't have to be about your health. Like
Anything.
My brother's 6'11".
I knew you were gonna say that for some reason.
Don't know that. I don't know.
Basketball or no?
Volleyball.
I'm about to say Jason's about to get Big David run for his money, but all right.
Big Dave.
Madison?
I don't know.
The tricky one.
Yeah.
You don't take a day off from working out.
That's not true. Sometimes.
She's an animal.
Days, they're important. I don't know. I'm kind of an only child, but I grew up with step siblings. Is that a good one?
Okay.
Some people know that though.
That's okay. That's fine.
Okay.
Final question. Well, yeah, final question. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna say one of your ladies' teammates, and you say the first thing that pops into your head, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so Avery, so same thing. Avery, you go first, Shannon go first, Madison go third, okay?
Okay.
Let's start with this, okay? Jaden.
Lanky.
Oh, Jaden.
Oh, we all go.
Yeah,
Okay.
you all go.
Okay.
Hilarious.
Okay.
Tall.
Carly.
Small.
I don't know. I don't have one word. It's like digs for days.
Digs for days.
What?
That's all I have when I think about her.
Mine was science.
Nice.
Okay, next one. Alexandra.
Oh, I was like, who's that? I'm not used to getting her name, the full name. Alex, oh my gosh.
Goat.
The goat. I'll just say she's hilarious.
I'm gonna say Granny, and she's gonna know that one.
Is this being broadcast?
Next one. Shay Francis.
Is this being posted?
Jerry.
Roll shot.
Blur this one out. Big booty.
I was gonna say that, but that's not appropriate.
I know.
Yeah, that's not appropriate. Okay, go again.
Okay, you can take it out.
You got one, Shannon, or are you good?
She's gonna say the same thing.
No, I said roll shot.
Roll shot.
Okay. Amy.
Oh, ratchet. This could be really bad, but she knows that this is from the kindness of my heart.
Wild.
Okay. Yeah, Shannon?
Oh my God. Aggressive, as in like on the court,
Yes.
not as a person.
Okay. Rebecca.
Ignore me.
Becca is
Attack line.
What's one
Attack
word?
line.
First one that pops in my head about her. First word.
I'm like so bad at finding one word.
Yeah.
I just hear her laugh in my head when you say it. my word is her laugh in my head, but I can't reenact it.
Yeah. She's a setter, so she has nice hands. So, hands. Did you already say yours?
I'm just gonna say attack line, so it's not one word, but whatever.
Okay. Next person, Elizabeth.
Aww.
Queen.
Lizard.
Cute.
Nice. Let's do Christine.
Batty.
Bangs balls. That sounds really bad.
Canada.
Canberra.
Okay. Next one, Sydney.
This is hard.
Espanola.
Manitoulin Island.
Yeah. I was gonna say Sudbury.
Yeah, honestly.
All right. Shelby.
Cute.
Y'all same
So
thing?
kind.
Okay. Sarah?
Oh, okay, ratchet.
I
She's
met her.
hilarious. I would say
She's
hilarious.
pretty
Yeah.
cool. I like her. She's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Okay, Coach Mark.
Lark.
Lark.
Fish. Water.
Yeah. Fishing.
Coffee.
Oh, coffee.
All right, last one, Megan.
Books.
Yeah, books. Books.
Nice.
Yeah. English.
How much would you say all you ladies love your teammates? Like, how would you describe them if you could like say it in one thing? How would you say you describe your teammates overall?
I would just say family.
Yeah.
Well, we have a surprise for you. So obviously everyone knows that this year's been hard and you're gonna miss your teammates. So thanks to Megan, how about I just show you the video, okay?
Oh no.
Oh no, you're
I'm
gonna make
gonna
me
I'm
cry.
gonna cry.
Maddie, Shannon, Avery, I just want to say thank you so much for everything that you've done for the team for the past 4 years. You girls have made my experience coming on as a coaching staff for the last 2 years amazing. Girls have always been so positive, so happy. Welcome to everybody with a smile. You've always had a hard-working attitude. Come to practice, ready to work. Thank you so much. We are all going to really miss you, but you girls are going on to do great things, and I'm so excited for your futures.
Hey you guys, okay, before I get emotional, I just want to say that it's been such a pleasure playing alongside such amazing women. Maddie, I'm so proud of you for getting into your dream program and for getting your PT certificate. You're such an inspiration, and I know you're going to do great things. Ave, Shan, you guys are going to make the best nurses, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for you guys. I love you all very much, and I'm going to miss you so much.
Thank you guys for being such great role models this year. Good luck next year. Gonna miss you.
I just wanted to hop on here real quick and say that I'm really gonna miss you guys. Honestly, it's gonna be so weird not having you around next year, but hopefully you come back and visit. And honestly, you guys were some amazing vets.
Hi, Shannon, Mads, and Avery. You know, it's been fun playing with you guys. I'm gonna miss you guys on and off the court. Good luck in nursing and PT and massage, Maddie.
Hey guys, just wanted to say that I love you and I'm gonna miss you, and good luck in all your future endeavors, and I'm super happy that you guys were my vets this year.
I'm really gonna miss you guys, and I really wish that we could have had a season together.
Hey guys, I just wanted to hop on here and say thank you for everything that you guys have done for the team, for being such good leaders, and I wish you all the best of luck for next year, and I'm really gonna miss all of you.
Hey seniors, we just want to say that we love you and that you guys mean the world to us, and we want to say thank you for always making us feel like we're all part of the same team, the same family, and we're all working towards the same goals. We're really going to miss you guys next year, and we wish you luck in your future life.
Shannon, Maddie, Avery, it's been a pleasure to be a Laker alongside you guys. I wish the best of luck to you all in the future.
Avery, Maddie, and Shannon, hard to believe that 4 years has gone by so fast. It's been an amazing journey. Really proud of the accomplishments you've had on the court, but especially proud of the amazing young women you've turned into.
I just wanted to thank you girls for being role models for me since day one. I always looked up to you guys, not only physically, but metaphorically as people. You always drove me to become the best person and player and supported me when I needed it the most. I wish you the best in your future endeavors. I know you'll do great, and I'll miss you.
Hey vets, thanks for being such amazing role models this year. I wish we could have played more together, but good luck in the future for your life after Nipissing, and we're all gonna miss you so much. Couldn't have asked for better vets.
Hey ladies, I just wanted to say good luck in your future. I'm gonna miss you guys so much, but I know you guys are going to do brilliant things, all three of you. It was such a privilege to play next to you and be on the court with you, and I love you guys all so much.
Hi ladies. Words cannot express how thankful I am to have had you guys as teammates and continue to have you guys as friends. Since my first year, I've looked up to you guys to be a great leader and to support those around me and push harder and work harder every day. So I want to wish you guys all the best in your futures, and we will definitely miss you here on the team. And I just want to thank you for everything you've done, and I'll definitely miss you.
Maddie, Avery, and Shannon, it's been a blast. Thank you guys for being awesome teammates and even better friends. You all have taught me so much about hard work and dedication, and your leadership on the Lakers women's volleyball team will always be remembered. I'm going to miss you so much next year, and good luck on your future endeavors.
Hi guys, I feel so privileged that I got to spend the last 4 years beside you guys on this team. I can't imagine playing without you guys. You've been my rocks, my supporters, and my best friends since rookie year. You inspire me every day, and I cannot wait to see what Shannon and Ave do in nursing and what Maddie does in PT and osteo. I just want to let you guys know how much you're loved and how much you will be missed on this team. But I can't wait to see what you guys do in your futures.
Oh my god, I was not expecting to cry. Holy shit.
I'm like snotting all over the camera.
Oh my god. Thank you so much. Holy shit.
Guys.
Wow.
What is your reaction? By the way, shout out to Megan, because Megan helped me put this together. So thank you, Megan. But Avery, what are your final words?
That was touching. I guess just like I think just like it actually like being real right now that like I'm done is just like it's just hitting me all at once. And like Maddie and I talked about it the other day. Like we had our last team meeting, and it's just like it's crazy because it's like you don't think it's gonna be you that's like done so quickly, but like it literally flew by. Like 4 years is nothing, and like I've had such an amazing time with these girls. I like couldn't have asked for anything better. But yeah, thanks for putting that together.
Oh,
God. I don't even know what to say. That hit me hard. Just to see that again is just makes me realize how much I'm gonna miss playing and everyone, and even Marky. We're gonna miss him. My girls. That's why I want to stay. I have to stay. I can't leave yet.
What about you, Madison?
Yeah. I don't know if I can speak. That was really nice and really hard to watch. I've like texted both of Avery and Shan being like, I'm bawling, just like thinking about the fact that we're like not playing, because it doesn't, I don't know, there's no closure, so it's just random when it actually hits you, I guess.
Yeah, it was hard. Like I said, it's been a hard year, but I just wanted to make sure that you ladies had something to remember your teammates by. Like I said, you guys are done after this. Who knows what life happens? Who knows? I know, like I've heard many times when people say, we'll still keep in touch and like we'll still see each other, but the truth of the matter is you don't know. Like I remember when I was in grade 12, like I remember specifically in the woodshop classroom, we said, "Oh, we'll still be in touch," and to this day, not really. So like I said, I wish you three nothing but the best. I'm glad that you guys were able to have that video for you. I'm gonna be honest too. I told Megan this. I'm like, I don't know which one of you are gonna cry first. But everyone kept telling me Avery's hard to crack. But then as soon as I turned the video off, Avery's crying the most.
I'm just with that kind of stuff. Like, can't.
Yeah, like everyone was saying Shannon's probably gonna cry her eyes out.
Shannon's the one that hasn't been able to admit it to herself yet. Avery and I just
I'm still like, oh yeah, boys, I'm coming back. Like, I'm not going anywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, God. Jason, do you want to say anything to the girls before we let them go?
Was that?
Jason, do you want to say anything to the girls before we let them go?
Best of luck to you guys, honestly. Like, getting to talk to you guys today, most of it was you guys was first time getting to chat with you guys. You guys are amazing people, and I wish nothing but the best.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
And that's a wrap on another emotional edition of the Lakers Locker Room. I want to thank all the ladies for joining us. You can find the video of this interview on YouTube and listen to the full interview on all podcast streaming platforms. Thank you, girls.
Thanks so much. Good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.